A huge crowd attended last night's public meeting in the Talbot Hotel surrounding the future of the Belmullet District Hospital and Doris Dervla Nursing Home. Local Sinn Féin Senator Rose Conway-Walsh, who organised the meeting, says it was evident last night how much the hospital means to the people of Erris. Senator Conway-Walsh says while there was a lot of anger in the room, it was an extremely constructive meeting. She believes there is a mistrust between the HSE and the local community.
First thing I need to say is to thank each and every individual who came out, including those people who couldn't get in and those people who were on the stairs and the roof. The place was absolutely jam-packed, and apparently the town had come to a standstill outside as well. So I do want to thank everybody. I think it was hugely important people came out. I want to thank the Talbot Hotel as well, Orla and Tommy, for accommodating us and providing the roof for us for the meeting. But the reason I suppose it was important is that if anybody was in any doubt whatsoever about what Belmullet Hospital and the services provided by Belmullet Hospital meant to the community of Erris, they're left in absolutely no doubt from last night. There was a lot of anger in the room, but I thought it was very constructive anger. There was a lot of praise for the hospital staff and management, and families told of their own experiences with the hospital and the importance of it in that sense. So I thought it was a good, productive meeting and a focused meeting. We had some public representatives there, Deputy Dara Callery, Councillor Sean Carey and Councillor Jerry Coyle, who all spoke as well.
So where to now? Because of course we heard last week the statement that the HSE gave as well, and we heard as well from other various speakers in relation to saying, okay, the actual hospital itself isn't under threat, but obviously you came out and saying, well, the bed situation is there, and that's a huge concern.
It is a huge concern, and I think what was palpable as well is there's a mistrust for government and a mistrust for the HSE between the community, because as you know, we've been there before when they slashed beds from 40 to 20. So people no longer believe what the HSE are saying, and they're reading between the lines. And they're reading between the lines that if the staff aren't there, then you can't have the beds open. So people need the beds to be there. Now, there was a lot of concern for the staff as well, both for the agency staff and those who are finishing temporary contracts. And I'm mindful of the fact that the first of those is to finish next week. And we don't want just platitudes. I thought it was really good what one man said. He said, we're promised the birds in the air, but we're not told you have to go out and catch them yourselves. So all of the promises and the platitudes that are made, and I know there's a lot of anger with certain personnel in government for me even having the audacity to call a public meeting last night. But what was clear is that people are fighting back. We have set up an action committee to work with the staff committee in the hospital to focus on escalating our action over the coming weeks if the HSE are not going to listen to us. Now, I do believe that Jim Daly will be coming down next week. He's the Minister for Older People. He will have a clear message. I will speak to Jim Daly before then. Obviously, I will be raising this in the Shannon, and Dara Callery will be raising it as well in the Dáil. So we will be very much working collectively across all parties to have this done, and with the Action Committee as well, to make sure that the services are kept here. People spoke as well about the services, the additional services as well as the beds within the hospital, like the physiotherapy and the other therapies that are available within the hospital, and the need for those to be upgraded. People were also demanding to know where the investment that was promised for the hospital is, how much was spent on planning and how much is spent on designers. When is that work going to start in the hospital? And they also want the other 20 beds that were closed by the last government to be opened again. So I think people were very clear on what they want and what they need from health services here